Hello and welcome back to Earthrose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Geminis. This is for Gemini in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading, it's not a private one, so as always, please do take what does resonate for you. Anything I say that doesn't resonate for you, leave it for somebody else. It's also a timeless reading, it's for whenever you come across it. And anything I'm saying in the reading, if it resonates for you with the roles reversed, please go ahead and reverse them. Okay, I'm going to be looking at what is coming towards you next in love. Primarily, if anything else comes through regarding anything else, I'll also pass those messages on. Alright, if you're new to the channel, huge welcome. Ooh, thank you so much for trying me out. And if you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Thank you for all the amazing support, all the likes, the lovely comments, the shares, the subscribes. It means the world to me, so thank you. Okay, what is coming towards my Geminis next, please? What's coming towards my Geminis next in love? What do we need to know? All right, okay. We have engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union. Could be making something official. It doesn't necessarily have to mean getting married, to be honest. That can come through about just putting a deposit down, putting something solid in place, you know, really showing your commitment to something being long-lasting. So, but we'll see. Tell me more for Gemini, please. You wait now, the wedding rings card will come out and I'll be like, oh, eat my words. Thank you. Oh, shut up. The deck is this big. Wedding rings, union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. Did that on purpose. The chaser. And at the bottom of the deck is love. Ooh, unconditional love, affection, attraction. Someone chasing you down with an engagement ring? Gemini, or vice versa? That's hilarious. Alright. Well, not hilarious. I'm talking about the fact I said, you wait, the wedding rings card will come out. But, okay, this could be a huge turning point. Something just went into Gemini. Was it Neptune? This is a timeless reading, but when I'm recording it, I think it was Neptune that went into Gemini. I could be wrong. I'm not an astrologer. But anyway, this feels like a big shift. And someone who doesn't want to let you go or let you kind of get away from them. Maybe they want to do something very significant. But this could be someone you're already married to for some of you. You might, maybe, you know, if there's been choppy waters, or they feel like they might be losing you in some way, they want to do something significant. Okay, for Gemini, please, what is coming towards Gemini? Breaking point, limit, final straw, overwhelmed, loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. Oh, confusion came out on top of loyalty. Uncertain, unsure, and then at the bottom of the deck is family. Oh. Maybe something is coming to a head here, Gemini. Maybe one or either you or the other person here has been confused as to whether you can completely trust this person to be there for you in the long run. Maybe confusion over whether you could trust them to have a family with them. Like, are they going to be either a provider, either emotionally providing or support or stability, or just be like a team player with you, someone you could build a foundation and have a family with? You know, it's quite significant. You don't want to feel like you might be starting a family and bringing other humans into this world with someone that might do a disappearing act or might get their eye drawn or get distracted in some way. So this feels like it's coming to a climax. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Tell me more. Gemini, please. Fantasy. Daydreaming, imagining. What is fantasy about, please? Running in reverse. Ghosting, disappearing. But the thing is, we've got the chaser over here with the engagement ring and the wedding rings. Fantasy and the runner in reverse. Is this a case of someone has been dreaming or fantasizing about a runner turning around and coming back and chasing them? Or it's felt like a fantasy that that would happen? Oh, sorry. I split the deck after a bit of a shuffle, and clarity and return is here. Well, underneath return is commitment, which shows marriage on. Jeez Louise. Well, this might come to a head where you find out whether this is was all just a fantasy, or whether this is something that you can actually believe in. Tell me about breaking point. Because it's almost like if someone does return with a significant commitment to you, Gemini, that's kind of going to give you the clarity of whether this was just a fantasy or not. Surely. Why breaking point? Intuition came out, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing, and twin flames, mirroring shared feelings, reflection. It's almost like knowing that there is some sort of soul tie between the two of you, like you're still energetically connected or tied to each other. But there may have just been a confusion over whether you could believe in that energetic cord that would bring the two of you back together. Can you believe in it? Your heart, your inner knowing was telling you that that was the case, that the two of you did feel the same way about each other, but it kind of may have got to a point of just thinking this is a fantasy, that they've run and they're never gonna, even if I stop, chasing them, they're never gonna be like it's never gonna turn around. So just tell me about the engagement ring and the wedding rings. Pride came out in reverse, and then chasing is at the bottom of the deck. And the other card that came out was pain, kind of sideways, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. So this chaser, it's been delayed because their pride was trying to protect them from coming towards you and chasing you and pursuing this and then being rejected, I feel like, or their ego being, their pride, their ego was trying to protect them, basically. They were afraid, potentially afraid of being a disappointment in a commitment, being someone who would let you down, I'm getting, or that you wouldn't want this with them. But I honestly, I'm clarifying the chaser, and the chasing is at the bottom of the deck. And so this is someone putting their pride aside. It's coming through us. Okay. Gemini. Let's get into the tarot. This one. So, what is coming towards my Geminis next in love, please? Oh my god. I was like, I don't want to keep guessing the cards in advance, but I was like, I guess we're going to see the Ace of Pentacles then with those ring cards that came out at the start. And then the Four of Wands came out, crossing the wedding rings. Four of Wands talks about marriage, union, family. And then the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Holy schmoly. Gemini. Listen, I mean, for some of you this could be talking about getting engaged, and I think I say that in a reading maybe once a year, maybe less, once in a blue moon. But this it keeps smacking at me in the face with the message, so I have to say it, Gemini. This is talking about someone who wants to solidify this with either an engagement ring, I would say, or if you're already it doesn't feel like you're already married, but if you are, then maybe they want to renew your vows, get you an eternity ring. For others, it could be wanting to move in with you, have a home together, or for others, it could be, yes, let's start a family. You know, it's something along those lines. What's coming towards Gemini next in love, please? Strength. Nine of Swords in reverse. Ace of Cups. The Empress. Holy, I keep wanting to say holy crap. Let's just say holy crap, because Page of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. This is communication, and then to double down on that, we have the Wheel of Fortune and then the Eight of Wands. That is communication. And then underneath that is the Emperor. Bearing in mind, these are the cards at the bottom when the Empress came out. The Emperor and the Empress, the divine masculine and feminine, they can be the husband and wife of the tarot or the mother and father. They are the yin and yang, basically. Often married couple, it doesn't matter about genders. Underneath the Emperor is the Sun. I mean, this is like the difficulty, the confusion, that am I just fantasizing? Am I just filling my head with nonsense? Can I trust my intuition? You know, this is like all the thoughts of the negativity coming through and trying to and questioning yourself about your belief in the connection between you and this person, Gemini. You have kind of weathered the storm of all of that with that Strength card, which is Leo's major arcana. But I mean, this is about balancing the possibility. This is lovely, actually. What just came into my head is good things come to those who don't care if they come to them or not. Basically, this is balancing, and that is true, by the way. An element of detachment is always required for true manifesting what you really desire. Like, if it comes to me, great. If it doesn't come to me, that's also fine. I'll live. So I highly recommend it. But anyway, this is balancing. You see, she has the Sun and the Moon on each shoulder of this Strength card, and her heart is front and center. This is about balancing the unknown with what you also at the same time know to be true. This is like the intuition battling with the confusion, the uncertainty that something isn't tangible. You know, is this a fantasy, or can I truly believe this? And it's like a belief in something that isn't right in front of you right now, which is when faith really comes into play. It's very easy to believe in something that's right there. That's not really belief, that's just fact, you know. It's very easy to be like, oh, this is the one for me when you're in a relationship with them. But it's much harder to have that same belief system when you're in that relationship with that person and you just know something inside you is telling you, I know I'm supposed to be with them, even though we're still not together in the 3D. So this is balancing, as I was just talking about. But the thing is, you have had that courage to do that balancing act. And you haven't let this is also, the Nine of Swords often is worrying about things you can neither control or know for certain anyway. You know, when we're in the Nine of Swords upright, it's a lot of anxious spiraling about things that you don't know if that's really ever going to happen or not. But it's in the upright, the Nine of Swords is worrying about it as if it's already happened, or as if it is 100% true. But you have actually managed to get through that, which is beautiful. Well done. Like, genuinely, it's really difficult. So it's basically the reward here is coming through the Ace of Cups and the Empress. This is a new beginning in your love life, Gemini. It's undeniable. And it's a new beginning which, like, for some of you, I am also getting, just came through, for some of you it was balancing the am I ever going to be with the person that's meant to be with me, you know? First, I did get this thing about a fantasy that a runner in particular, a long lost runner, would ever return. For others of you, maybe it is about a fantasy that you'll meet the person who doesn't run from intimacy, from commitment. Is that just a fantasy, or will I ever meet the person for me? So just bear in mind, for some of you, it could be about meeting the one in general, or the one returning to you, one or the other. But basically, this is a new start, opportunity for a new start of a relationship. Obviously, you couldn't turn someone down if they propose to you. So I say opportunity. It's completely in your up to you, your free will. What happens here as well? But I mean, this is a new phase of a union. Strong emphasis on marriage, if that's what you want. It's there. Also, a strong emphasis on starting a family. Again, if that's what you want, and if that's on the cards for you in your stage of life. Obviously, everyone's different. This is a general reading. But this is a destined message with the Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This is in the fates for this to come through to you. And when I say a message, it could be still be meeting someone in real life. You could be bumping into them. I still get there's something about communication though. A message getting through to you, which then allows communication to develop further from there. Okay, let's get some more, because I'm heavily put the emphasis on that. So can you tell me how this is playing out for Gemini, please, or may well play out for them? What's coming towards them next? Can you tell me more about how this is going to play out for them? Okay. There does seem to be communication. It's like you're hearing something which confirms your greatest wishes. What is that? Well, Hanged Man in reverse, and I say that in Princess of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. This is finding out. It's almost like, you know, with that, I said a message comes through to you, which is destined, which then allows communication to develop further. It could even be a message from somebody else. There could be, but I mean like a friend, someone's younger sister for some of you, or it could be a daughter as well. But it's strongly, it could just be a friendly collaborator in some way, like it may be a mutual acquaintance who basically is giving you information about what has been happening in the unknown. It's almost like this other person who is chasing, they've been shrouded in mystery, whether that's because you don't know them well enough yet, or for a lot of you it's because they have been away from you. They seem to have done a disappearing act. There's some information coming which fills in the blank, basically, and it is a relief, Gemini. It is gives you hope. It changes your perspective. Tell me more, please. Yep, it definitely gives you a sense that there is a possibility to move things forward. There is a foundation between you and this person. At the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. I wonder if for some of you this is hearing that someone has had to travel, or they had to be away, but they're coming back. This could even be hearing that someone is coming back to town, or like moving back home if this is someone that you knew and they moved away, or they just seem to be like you haven't seen them around, you don't know what's going on with them. But whatever you hear, it's kind of, it gives you that optimism that there is going to be a way to move things forward, to solve the obstacles. Tell me more, please, for Gemini. It's telling you things that you didn't know about as well, I'm getting. That were hidden from you. Wow. The Sun just came out on top of the Empress. It's from a different deck. Bearing in mind, I was just saying, under here we have the Emperor next to the Sun. This is like something has come to a completion. I feel like in the Emperor, the Divine Masculine's world, which they don't have to give their energy to anymore. That was a massive factor as to why they seemed to be distant and unreachable for you. But this is like the Sun coming out in both of your worlds. What is this about, please? They may have had to make something right or fulfill some sort of duty to a third party, whether that third party was an ex, a family member, a friend even. A child. Oh wow, yeah, oh my god. Death just came out on top of the Devil. That's Scorpio and Capricorn, Major Arcanas. And at the bottom of the deck when that came out was the Empress. Underneath the Empress is the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. This is what I'm talking about in terms of you feeling confused and pushed out, blocked out from this person and not knowing what was going on, and also not understanding why they were at a distance. Like, what was the... Maybe some of you didn't understand, but there was some sort of... I strongly get like an unspoken element as to why they were blocking you out, or kind of... This is like them, the Divine Masculine, I want to say again. I mean, if it's flipped, flip it. But it's like the Divine Masculine put up a wall which stopped, and you've come through as the Emperor and the Empress, basically, as well as the Twin Flames and the Runner and Go and Chaser dynamic. So this strongly, if you don't resonate with Twin Flame journey, I completely understand. Just consider it as like a very, very strong soulmate divine connection. I was talking about that kind of soul tie, energetic cord between the two of you, but it's like, even though that cord is, this is like the confusion of, I know that cord is there, so why are they blocking me out? But they had to put an end once and for all to some sort of either something that was hanging over them or had control over them. For some of you, it was someone from their past who needed to heal a rift with, or they needed to kind of give it enough effort for that person to be on their feet where the Divine Masculine didn't need to support them anymore. Okay, let's get some more. Tell me more about this for Gemini, please. So, well, see all these red cards. So Fed Up came out on top of Thinking and Intuition. So Fed Up says over it, not having it, frustrated. But that's what I was talking about like the longing, the missing, the thinking, but then like questioning your inner knowing about the situation. For some of you, I'm also getting that for some of you, you may have also had enough of not knowing, and also maybe thinking, actually, I don't know if I can trust this soul tie, and maybe I am just fantasizing about this runner actually returning and stepping up. So in the process of getting fed up, you may have started to either meet someone new or look for somebody new or be open to meeting somebody new. And what will happen with this runner chaser thing, what will be will be. Tell me more for Gemini, please. Huh. Lipstick evidence and rebound came out. Rebound says flighty temporary option, and lipstick evidence is like talking about being caught and feeling betrayed. But then at the bottom of the deck is lucky break. Good fortune, good things coming, turning point. For some of you, if you did get fed up with and just thought it was a fantasy that your runner would ever return, you may have met somebody new, but they may have ended up, you might feel betrayed by them because you might find out that to them you were just a rebound. There's some sort of dishonesty that happened in that situation, and you may be super fed up that you meet someone new and then that's what happened as well. I'm very frustrated, but it's basically saying, if that is what happened, Gemini, it was for the best. It's kind of like it's lucky that that was what played out with that person, because yeah, because we have liftoff basically in something far more important, with something far more important. Anything else for Gemini from this deck, please? Okay, let's move on. Let me see if there's any messages for you from this deck. For Gemini. Okay, hold on. Third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. Well, that's what I was talking about in terms of that devil, and you didn't understand why you were being locked out. I wonder as well with this, sorry, I was just kind of computing, cogs are a bit slow today. With this lipstick evidence rebound, I wonder if, I was talking about the devil that this person, and obviously I'm not calling the other party a devil, but just this influence that was keeping them stuck. Even if they weren't with that person anymore, it's almost like they needed to put a complete end to it, because it's like maybe they had something with you at some point, Gemini, and like that is coming through as a twin flame or a strong soulmate bond, but it's like they were reacted to by someone that they're not with anymore, as if they betrayed them. Maybe this is someone that, if they had an ex, this feels like an ex. Or again, yeah, I said it is some sort of third party, whether it was like a friend, family member, or someone who kind of made it into that they were being betrayed by your divine masculine being with you. But I do not feel like they were in a commitment. It's not like, this is not coming through, and if this is your story that I'm about to say, then this is not for you, this reading. But this not coming through as this divine masculine was with this other third party in a committed relationship. They weren't with that person anymore, but apparently then having something with you was a betrayal. Okay, tell me more. What does the divine masculine want to say to the Gemini? Reveal, I want to tell you the truth. Reunion is at the bottom of the deck. We will always come back to each other. I mean, gossip came out. I'm afraid of what other people will think. Soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten, but you definitely have a soul contract with each other. This could, I mean, the other thing I will say is indecisive came out on top of third party. Indecisive says, I know my inability to make a decision hurts you. Maybe, okay, for some of you, maybe they kind of would go, they had an on-off situation with a third party, and they really needed to just stop it, full stop, that's it, and release it, rather than any time that they were on and off time with that third party, then they were made out to be like a cheater when they met somebody new, because that's also, it's quite a manipulative way for that third party to ensure that, you know, you'll come back to me, because anytime you're not with me, you're cheating on me, even if they're not together. Do you know what I mean? So this person, Gemini, who is chasing you with a serious offer of commitment, there is the opportunity for starting something with them seriously, if you want it. But it's coming through as basically what happens here, that it means that the sun comes out for both of you. So that, and it's also talking about your greatest wish. Is this actually happening for real and not being a fantasy? So I would say, because of that, if you're resonating with this, it's your reading that you do want this. But this was something like, I think also the gossip element is a little bit of manipulation from this third party, that if they were trying to suggest at any time that they're not together, but this person meets someone else, then they're going to spread it around that they stepped out on and they cheated. So there's an element here of like holding that over them to control them. All right, anything else? You can tell me what is going to be happening between Gemini and this person going forward, coming towards them. Page of Pentacles. It's the same. Page of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Oh my gosh, it's the same. And then Strength came out as well, which is, again, it's Leo's major arcana. See, the thing is, I would say I was saying I got really excited that it's the same, because Page of Pentacles, I said this one bit of information is a game changer for it to then leading to communication blooming from there, like further communication. And then the same cards come out, like, what, 15 minutes later from a different tarot deck out of 78 cards. The other thing with the Strength card coming out is that there is going to be potential for that third party to still be trying to stick their aura in, effectively, with the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck and the Eight of Pentacles. If this Eight of Pentacles card shows two people working harmoniously together, but this Seven, I literally am just drawn to that wand that she's holding. It's a she on the deck. Could be a male in real life. But if you imagine like cogs working beautifully and harmoniously in a machine, and if someone just rams their like stick into it, it's going to stop the cogs from fitting with each other well. So the Strength here is also, we also saw the Strength card I was talking about here with the Balance. So there is there's a need to be the bigger person. There's a need to also not turn on each other with any kind of influence from a third party. Definitely communication blooming between you and this person. What is the communication going to be about? Tell me about that Eight of Wands. What is going to be talked about? Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, Swear, Four of Wands comes out. I'm done. I mean, if you want this person, Gemini, and if you want to be in a commitment, then I'm so happy for you, because this is fantastic. What's the Ace of Pentacles? It's not the Four of Wands, but it's the Knight of Swords with the Fool and the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Oh, you know, the Ace of Cups. I've seen the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles twice. And it might come out of nowhere with that Knight of Swords. It's kind of sudden. It's very direct. It's a very direct conversation. It's someone delivering that message. They need to get that message to you. And it's about making a bold move for a new chapter. It could just be unexpected. There's so many signs of communication here, Gemini. I wouldn't normally say it, you know, unless it's really here, because I don't want to give anyone any false hope, but this could not be clearer that there's communication. It kind of starts something small, it builds to a very direct offer. This is like a couple of conversations and it's like, what are we doing? Will you marry me? Effectively. Tell me anything else. Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Pentacles. Massive turnaround. Massive positive change. Collaboration. Getting on the same page. The Six of Pentacles came out. It's just that the Queen of Swords tried to come out as well. There's something here about the, at the bottom of the deck is the Moon, the Star, the Ten of Swords, and the High Priestess. Oh, what is that underneath? Sorry. The Sun and the Devil. There's something here about what was hidden, Gemini, was what seemed to be an ending on this kind of destined path for you and this person was all part of the plan, because someone, well, I would definitely say this other person, there was an inner knowing that they couldn't be happy until they dealt with this devil hanging over them. Again, I'm not calling their ex, on and off ex, a devil, but it was an unhealthy attachment, effectively, and it was an unhealthy dynamic of control and manipulation. But this is also talking about the fact that they need to reveal some things to you here in this conversation as to why the connection between the two of you was so strong, and they kept you not just at arm's length, they disappeared. Anything else for Gemini? Why the Three of Cups just came out? Why the Three of Cups? I think some of you might hear something from a friend, like a mutual friend. The Empress. I think again, this combination came out after I was just talking about it. The High Priestess, the Sun, and the Devil. This is almost like, for some of you, you might end up sending this person a message, Gemini, because, and obviously I'm not telling you to if it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. It's only if that is organically like what you feel called to do. I'm not saying that send them a message and then everything, you're going to get married. No, I'm not saying that. But it's like you might find out from a mutual friend that I talked about. I think I said a younger female friend, or younger sister, or mutual friend, or whatever. or daughter, you might find out from them that, or you're not speaking to this person who you considered to have run away from you, and you're like starting to get annoyed with yourself about thinking, will they ever turn around and come back towards me? But it's like, as I said, you might be hearing something that was hidden from you that kind of gives you the hope that there is a way forward. So it's almost like, I would say, someone might tell you how much this person actually has you up on a pedestal, like no one compares to you as far as they're concerned, and you didn't really know this or feel like you could believe this from their actions, but it's like someone's filling you in about the fact that they couldn't be happy until they dealt with this toxic dynamic that kept dragging on. But as like, this is like a mutual, someone who cares about both of you, telling you that as far as this person is concerned, you're the only one for them. You're the Empress. You've come through as that 3 times. So I think that if that could change your perspective, and also that could lead to a conversation between you and this person one way or another, and things blossoming from there. I mean, there is potential for marriage on the cards, 100%, Gemini, and I don't say that. I wouldn't even say that every year, let alone every week. So it's a message for you today. So thank you so much for being here. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to have you. And if it resonated, or if you just want to say thank you, leave me a comment. And I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon.